Hello, friends. Welcome to yet another edition of the Kumbi show. This is the preview of the last league game of the World Cup 2025, where India tees off against Bangladesh at DY Patil tomorrow. To discuss more on this with me is my good friend G. Krishnan, fondly called as Jiku, a very well-known sports journalist and who in the recent past has avidly followed the fortune of Indian girls and covered a lot of women cricket. Welcome, Jiku. A sigh of relief after a breathtaking and a tantalizing game against New Zealand, wherein India had to be in a position to win the game to ensure they qualified for the top four. So how's the Josh, Jiku?
Yeah, thank you, Sri. Thank you, and hello, viewers. Yeah, it is quite exciting, and it is also quite relaxing in a way that the Indian women's team has qualified for the semi-finals, and there is no pressure going into the last game against Bangladesh on Sunday at DY Patil. Having already played and seen a big scoring game, and the batters came to the forefront. Two of them converted 50s into 100s, which was something that was missing in the previous matches earlier in the tournament. So I think they are well placed and in a good space going into the last league match, where they can afford to make a couple of changes. But having said that, it is not a good idea to tinker with the lineup, because the momentum is something that they have to carry forward to the semi-finals.
Well, you said sigh of relief and no pressure. I mean, why would India look at getting the foot off the pedal as of now? Because most of the top teams are the ones who know when to peak and when to play the best game. And so far, I think India had quite a few lapses, especially in terms of the batting in the top order, which I think they corrected it in the last game against New Zealand. Of course, spin has been India's forte, and they have done reasonably well. Welcome a return to form of Renuka Thakur, who's looked fit and back again in the saddle as the leading fast bowler along with Kranti Gaur. Now, why do you think India would look at trying to tinker with the playing 11, unless and until there's an injury to somebody, or which could be a forced change? Do you see India making any change? Because again, as I said, momentum is the most important thing you need to carry forward. And mind you, India might end up playing either South Africa or Australia. Both of them very, very dangerous sides on a given day. And there can't be any slip-ups from your side, because it's a knockout game.
And yes, India have lost to both Australia and South Africa in the league stages, so they will be very wary of whoever they face. And going by what is happening, it could most likely be Australia as we speak now. Australia and South Africa involved in their last league matches, and South Africa are 5 down for just 2-digit scores. Anyway, that apart, why would they tinker with the playing 11? I don't think they should be doing, because even if you're going to give somebody who has not played a game in this tournament a chance, will you be playing that player? Will you be using that player in the semi-final after not giving them enough chances in this tournament? I don't think so. So it will be logical to not change the playing 11 and even give the players who have not got enough runs, get them into form, give them the confidence, and be ready for whoever is their semi-final opponent on Thursday.
Well, Jigu, do you think India holds the aces, or rather they hold the edge? Because come the game against Bangladesh, they play in DY Patil. Again, they tee off in the semi-finals, most likely against Australia, again in DY Patil. Familiar conditions, they say familiarity breeds. Do you think the Indians would hold an edge, having known the conditions well? Red soil pitch, bit of bounce, and, the spinners can come into picture, and also something for the faster bowlers. So how much do you think, knowing conditions better, like their own backyard, having played so much of cricket in DY Patil, would give India the edge in the game against Bangladesh, and also after the Bangladesh game moving into the semi-finals, most likely against Australia?
Wherever India is playing Bangladesh, there is no doubt that India will come out victorious, because such is the strong lineup that India has. And even Bangladesh will be lying low on confidence. It was just before their match against Sri Lanka last weekend when I asked their prime bowler if they still believed that they could make it to the semifinals mathematically, and there was a possibility that there was a chance that they could mathematically make it to the semifinals. But then the confidence level from the answer that I got speaks what confidence level they are in. The player said, semifinal, no. Fifth position, if we come, we'll be happy. So they have themselves given up hope on making it to the semifinals. And as it so happened, they lost to Sri Lanka and were eliminated from the semifinal race. But that is the confidence level, and reality is what it is. That is how their side is made of. And if they put up a good fight, that will be good news for them. But I don't see India being even challenged by these Bangladeshis, though they have a couple of spinners, and also their young new ball bowler is very promising. Yes, India's familiarity with the DY Patil Stadium will count, but then in this era of technology and all these computer programs, analysts and all that, wherever you play, they have enough information, and be it Australia or South Africa, they are regular in WPL and have also played at this DY Patil Stadium. So they are also quite familiar with what is in store, whoever comes on Thursday.
Well, they say, a wounded tiger is more dangerous than, a fit one. So, baby steps in world cricket, especially in World Cup cricket for Bangladesh. There's a lot at stake for them per se in terms of pride. Languishing at the bottom of the table in a, 8-team event would certainly live their expectations, the expectations of the fans back home in poor taste. So there can be party spoilers, and India will be very wary about that. Having said that, India has ticked most of the boxes. To me, only two areas are the one which is looking a bit worrisome for me. You can, throw more light on it. One is the batting form of Harmanpreet Kaur. Everybody knows the ability she has in her, and she's a big match player. And certainly, I'm not counting in saying that Bangladesh is a big game, a game wherein it could be a opportunity for her to return to form. And moving forward from there, the semi-final, a big one. Harmanpreet Kaur's form with the bat would be, of very, very vantage importance to India. Also, in the last 3 or 4 games, what we have seen is what we know about Sneha Rana's ability with the ball. She's not been able to deliver. So it's all been up to, Deepti Sharma and Sri Charani, who've done the bulk of wicket taking in the middle overs. So are these two areas a bit of concern for India? And is this an opportunity for both Rana and, Harmanpreet to get their flow back and rhythm back? And, prove a point saying that, we are still not done and dusted, and we've got still a long way to go.
Certainly, yes, Sri, and no better opposition than a quite easier opposition in Bangladesh to get your form back, get the number of wickets that you want in the wickets column, and best opportunity for Harmanpreet and also Sneha Rana to come back to form and be ready for the knockout matches. Harmanpreet, yes, she even the last match, she was not scoring at even more than a run a ball. And that is something that is a bit of a concern. But then we all know what she is capable of and her stature in international cricket. She did get a 50 in this tournament, and maybe tomorrow or Sunday is the best chance for her to make it big and get into the semi-final with that confidence in her.
Well, cricket is a game all about momentum, confidence, self-belief. I think the Indian team has got everything together, and their act was a complete one when they played against New Zealand in the all-important game. Thanks, Jiku, for your insights on the upcoming game against Bangladesh. But the picture is much larger when India tees off either against South Africa or Australia in the all-important semi-final, also which is going to be played at DY Patil. No surprises, expected in the game on Sunday against Bangladesh. But as I mentioned, India just cannot afford to even be a little bit complacent or get the foot off the gas pedal. They need to press forward. be ruthless in their approach. They get an opportunity, they need to steamroll Bangladesh. Viewers, we'll catch you on the other side post the game. India plays Bangladesh on the review. And Jiku, as expected, the result would be India should be having it easy against Bangladesh. But yes, certainly cannot take it easy.
Certainly agree on that point. We cannot take any team lightly. But then Bangladesh and the way they have performed and the way they are shaping up, India should just scrape through in this game.
Thanks, Jiku. Thanks as usual for your wonderful insights. Let's all hope we have a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy watching the Indian girls take on the Bangladeshi girls, and India hopefully coast to a comfortable victory. Thank you, friends and viewers. Keep watching, subscribe and share the GK Sports India YouTube channel. We'll catch you soon. Take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sri. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.